Welcome to a Crash Course in Emotions Part 1. This is part of JMS Creative Leadership Solutions that we offer in our coaching programs. We focus on 3 leadership keys to unlock and maximize your potential and create a greater impact for you personally and professionally. These 3 keys are a growth mindset, courage, and heart. But first, understanding your emotions will help you recognize and manage them as well as identify and influence behavior in others. Let's get started. Our fight or flight response was designed to save our cave-dwelling ancestors from a premature death in the jaws of a saber-toothed predator. Today, humans are on the top of the food chain, but we may still recognize the symptoms of fight or flight response from the last time someone cut us off in traffic. An increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, increased oxygen in the brain, increased muscle tension, a boost in energy, no coffee needed. The part of our brain called the limbic system is primarily responsible for our emotions. For example, the amygdala is responsible for feelings of anxiety and fear. When this part of the brain is activated, because of an intense, stressful experience, our brains will simultaneously turn off another part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, which helps us reason and think critically. This is why when we get angry or anxious, we may react in ways that make us ask, "What was I thinking?" You weren't. That's the problem. Once intense emotions are in full effect, your rational mind is rendered useless. It's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because this is how your brain works. Emotions and feelings are neither right nor wrong, accurate or not. Emotions are simply your body's reaction to what you're thinking, whether you're thinking on purpose or not. So where do emotions come from? In almost all cases, it's our thoughts that create our emotions. Sometimes our unconscious mind and senses are picking up cues from our environment that trigger emotions, such as reading a person's body language or facial expressions and having an automatic emotional response, or sensing danger and having an automatic fear response. However, the rest of the time, it is not the outside world or the situation that causes our emotional reaction. It is the mental filter that the situation passes through, aka our interpretation, that then causes our emotional reaction to the situation. We have control over our thoughts, and if we have control over our thoughts, we can control our emotions. It may be challenging to do this, but it is a skill that can be learned. Here's the process. Recognize emotion, identify thought, change emotion. Changing your thinking in order to change your emotion is the whole purpose of this. And there are 2 ways to do this. Number 1, focusing on something else, a distraction. Number 2, finding a new perspective. So if thoughts cause emotions, what do emotions cause? Decisions. And what do decisions cause? Actions. And what happens when you take action? You get results. The results can be experiences, jobs, relationships, or objects like cars or phones. Actually, the objects themselves were created by thoughts. Really, thought, emotion, decisions, actions, results. Then the question is, how do I control my thoughts? Ignore your thoughts? Don't take them seriously. They're just mind stuff. Protect your thoughts? They're easily influenced. So choose what you expose yourself to wisely. Observe your thoughts. Be the witness that sees what your mind is doing. Once you can see it, you are not it. And you can then direct it in a new direction. Emotions exist on a scale from intense negative to intense positive. The neutral position, number 5, contentment, or boredom is low intensity. The higher up or down the scale you go, the more intense the feeling of the emotion is. Everything above level 5 is pleasant, while the emotions listed below level 5 are unpleasant. One important note is that you cannot jump very high up the scale all at once. The thought processes and physiological state of each level has a strong momentum that keeps you feeling the way you do. By deliberately reaching for a better feeling, though, you can move your way up the scale incrementally, like the example of despair to anger, to frustration to hope. Just like you can move from hatred to revenge to disappointment to hope, you can also move from boredom to optimism to enthusiasm. But you can't jump from anger to joy or from hatred to love. The gap is too wide. Listen, becoming more finely attuned to your emotions allows you to determine how to use those feelings to make stronger decisions, overcome negative thoughts, control yourself in volatile situations, or understand others when they act in a way that surprises or angers you. That is why you're listening to this. In the Transformational Leadership Coaching Program, we will guide you through actionable materials on leadership development, focusing on self-awareness, the 5 components of emotional intelligence, your goals and opportunities to lead and be the best version of yourself. Let's begin this beautiful journey.